Hey guys.
Alright folks, we're here today to check out a Patreon request from this Patrono right here. The name of the band is URNE and the name of the song is Becoming the Ocean. They have a new album coming out August 11th. And this is from that new record. So, if you guys like this, go pre-order the album. That's all I gotta say. Go pre-order the album. I'm gonna be reviewing the record on the channel, so expect that review to hit up the airwaves about a week before the actual release date. And I'm also gonna have an interview with the guys, and that's also gonna be on the channel maybe about 2 weeks before the release date. Now, I haven't listened to the album yet for that said review, because that's why we're here to check this out.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we wouldn't be here to check this out, because I don't really like to check out a song that recently I got into the record and I reviewed the album. I feel like that's double dipping. So anyhow, are you ready for this?
Yeah.
Let's fucking go.
Feel
Wow, he can't breathe. Holy shit. He can't breathe. And those beaches look like somewhere in Northumbria, I must say.
I don't know if Northumbria, it's some bullshit.
What?
I was gonna say something, but I totally forgot. It was gonna be a place in fucking Last Kingdom, but I can't remember.
You haven't seen the movie yet, right?
I haven't seen the movie
Oh,
yet.
you gotta watch the movie, man.
Oh, it's Bedinburgh.
Yeah, bed and breakfast.
Bed and breakfast, yeah.
Yeah, some of Northumbria's better beaches, I must say. All right.
You can almost see Uhtred swimming there.
Yeah, you see the footprints.
His footprints.
His footprints are still there.
And the many maidens that have been slayed by...
By his dick?
Yeah.
Yeah, many. Many have died. Many have died.
For not dick-related deaths, too.
No. His dick is the gift that keeps on giving. Is a curse. Yeah. He curses vaginas left, right, and center. So.
And even the ones that live, they're all fucked up. Like
literally, they were fucked up.
There was the I can't remember the one who was dating his brother, I guess, and had the kid with the red hair.
She ended up dying anyways.
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying like
Frida.
Yeah, Frida. But I'm saying like after that, she was like. She didn't die right away. A lot of them died right away.
Yeah.
But she was
within the first couple of scenes afterwards.
Yeah, but she was fucked up for a while.
She carried the weight of his dick for a couple of seasons.
She was a strong one.
She definitely carried the weight of his dick for a couple of seasons.
It's almost like Mjolnir, like Thor's hammer. Only certain people can not only wield it, Thor himself, so Uhtred, but it does damage. But she's strong.
All right. On that note, Northumbria's beaches. URNE becoming the ocean. I can't breathe.
I can't breathe. Yeah.
What do you think about this song? It's your first time listening to this band, isn't it?
Yeah. But this band is very weird. Like sound wise, it's bringing me in different places here. But I'm not hating it. Like it's the way it starts in the. I don't know what to describe. Just that guitar, like that.
I know there's some post-black metal elements.
Yeah, I think it's more of the black metal elements. Like those ones, some of them are the ones where I don't like, but yet I was okay with it. Like there's certain black metal elements that I'm not like a big fan of, especially if they're overly done. But even though it was kind of overly done, I didn't really hate it because even his vocals came in, and I loved the differences between his vocals. It wasn't just a static.
He has a great voice.
He does, but he has an amazing range too.
Yeah, he does.
I love the what's it called? The drain thing where a lot of like more of a choir type thing comes in. The song is it's not really linear in a way where you
not at all.
Like you start with one and you end with one.
It's not one of those ABC songs that follows like that same pattern and.
No. It takes you on a journey. Honestly,
I mean, there's a pattern to it, but it's a very uneven pattern.
There's a path, but it's made out of like medieval stone. So like when you're driving on it, you're afraid you're gonna pop a tire.
Exactly. In Northumbria.
In Northumbria, yes. But that's what it is. I mean, it yes, I can see where certain things are going to happen. Like I after listening to it maybe again, I can pinpoint what's going to happen, after, because you get that feeling that something's going to change and it's changing. But it does that with also being kind of messed around a little bit, but it doesn't feel like you're messed around. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's all over the place and yet all in one.
Yeah, it's all over the place but inside the box.
Yeah, like exactly. Like I poured a bunch of wires inside of a box and I closed the box. And you just
shook it up.
And I shook it up. Like, yes, all the wires are tangled and all over the place in the box, but yet it's still in the box.
They're not all over the place in the living room.
They're not all over the place in the living room. They're in the box.
Okay, perfectly
The
said.
song is the box and everything else is the wires.
All right. Okay, so let me add a couple of things. Let me mention this. I really like the drum sound on this track for two reasons. One, I like the thickness that the drums have. A very nice sound, not a hollow sound. It has substance to it. There is some oomph in the drum sound, but for a track that has so much overall thickness that the volume of this song feels like you have the weight of the world on your shoulders, right? I like the cymbal hits. The splashes there thin out every so often the sound just enough that it doesn't allow the song to be consistently just like big and voluminous and thick. Just enough. And I like that because those splashes, whoever mixed it really popped them in. Because you listen to the song and it's like you're all the way down here. And then suddenly you hear like splash, 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 splash. And it's like way over there. And I love that. It feels like it's worlds apart.
Yeah.
But it stretches out the song. It gives it some thinness. I enjoy that. So I gotta say the drums, one of my favorite elements in this track. I really like the drum sound, the execution, and the mixing behind them. Because the song really needed something. Because there's no like bass solo or a moment in where the solo pops up. But even if it did, the solo by nature would bring the song down anyways. So there's not a portion of the guitar sound that goes super thin and light. No, this song it's as heavy as the waves of the ocean when you're drowning and you can't breathe. So it needed something that kind of like every so often like just splashed the sound a little bit. So the drums did that. So that's the first thing I wanted to say. The second thing I wanted to say is normally when you have a song that is this thick guitar-wise, it's not this driven. Because normally you give up something in order to get something else. And when you add a little bit of grit, because the guitar sound had a little bit of grit at the end, almost like a little bit of, with every note there was a little bit of distortion right at the end. Not distortion from start to end, but right as the note is finishing,
Yeah.
there was almost like a little bit of distortion at the tail end of every note, right? So add that to the overall thickness that the guitar sound had. Normally when you have a song like this, they tend to be a little bit more laborious. They tend to move a little bit more methodic. This was fast.
Yeah, it was fast, but it also had different like the changes.
Yeah,
So it didn't.
But overall, the sound always felt the guitar sound. Overall, it never felt thin and narrow.
No.
It always felt big.
And also, like you said, it didn't follow that cookie cutter of being very methodic and slower. It had pace to it, and which allowed it when it switched.
It was either faster or faster.
Yeah, and which allowed it when it switched to not feel awkward.
Yeah, but it had good momentum to it, and to me
That's
that
why
was
it
one
has
of
pace to it.
that was one of the things that surprised me because I was you don't necessarily see these two elements coming together very often. So I thought it worked really well because it had the movement that the song needed to have. Because this is like kind of like a balls to the wall kind of track. It's got some giddy up, you know what I mean? But it's still freaking thick, and I like that bit of distortion towards the tail end. A few times on the guitars, I could hear the fingers going through the strings, you know, as he was playing. Not many times, a few times. I actually would have liked to hear more of that. Because, bear with me here, that distortion towards the end of almost every note.
Yeah.
If you add that feel of the more raw guitar sound on the play, I think it would add some darkness to the way the song comes across. I think that would be a really... I'm not saying that it needed it in order to be better, but I'm saying that, man, I wouldn't have minded hearing a little bit more of it. That's all I'm saying. A little bit more unpolished to increase the overall black metal feel of the track.
For me, though, when it comes to my metal, I hearing that stuff, I like my metal to be...
You want it more polished, more produced.
Not even more produced, because sometimes I like it when it's raw and stuff. So sometimes I like it, but I'd never want to push it on the stuff where I can hear that. Because
I'm not saying hearing it every fucking time.
I know. It's just that hearing that raw sound, it's either I want it to be like raw, like it has.
It would have been nice
to
hear it. Specifically when it's changing the speeds, when the song is moving.
Okay.
Like to go from one moment to the next moment, have that there. It kind of guides the experience from one into the other. There's more of a little bit of a sense of sequence.
Because I hate it when bands...
I don't want to hear that all the fucking time. It's annoying.
No. It's not annoying because I hate it when some bands do it by accident and they don't like polish it enough to the point where you can hear that. And
it feels like they're playing in your living room.
Yeah, no, but. That's not the problem for me.
It depends on the overall sound of the band.
Yes.
Some bands it works and some bands it doesn't work.
But it's also genre-wise, too.
I agree.
Because for me, like, I enjoy that more, you can hear, like, the stretch on the strings and stuff. When I'm listening to, like, ranchera or I'm listening to other types of music,
but even if
I call for it, right?
But even if you're listening to, like, Polyphia, for example,
hearing that it's part of the experience.
It's part of the experience. So
Yeah,
it all comes down to the band
and the
genre and the sound that they have. I felt in this song, in the transitions, it would have worked in the transitions.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it would have worked from beginning to end because that would take away from the vibe of the track.
And
but in those transitions,
it would also take away from the feeling you get from that sound.
Yeah. It would dilute
Then it
it.
just feels like overplayed.
Yeah, it diluted. But in the transitions, I thought it would have worked really well. So, and then last but not least, the vocals. I thought the vocals were amazing.
Like I said, he has an amazing repertoire when it comes to his vocal range.
Yeah, I really enjoyed how they fit in this track, because like you said, the track is a little bit of chaos, but it's chaos inside a box. But
It's
not
controlled chaos.
It's controlled chaos musically and vocally, because vocally the song is very dynamic, and sometimes we talk about not feeling what you're saying. Man, that's not the case with this song.
No.
I mean, like it felt like he meant every single word that he was saying.
Syllable.
Yeah.
Was coming out of his
when
mouth.
he was saying he couldn't breathe, he meant it.
He meant it.
He meant it. He couldn't breathe.
And I feel you, buddy. Sometimes when you're walking up the stairs and you're like, God damn it.
I don't think he was referring to that, but okay.
No, I'm saying more of a. I'd say it's.
Oh, for me it was after COVID. Going up
Yeah,
or down the stairs, I couldn't breathe. Even doing videos, when I was doing an album review.
Yeah, you would take like
I would
30 takes just because
I would struggle because I couldn't.
You'd be halfway through, you're like, fuck.
I'm out of breath. I couldn't breathe. All right.
I think any videos we did after COVID, like, need to be appreciated a little bit more because, like,
it was a struggle.
It was a fucking struggle to stay. Like, obviously you have to stay and react, but we give,
feedback, and we talk
in-depth feedback. I'd like to say
sometimes not in depth.
Sometimes not in depth.
Not when we're talking about dicks and shit.
But like we do it at a speed where it's like, or Jamiroquai. But we do it at a speed where it's like you need to be able to, breathe. And after that it was like I could only say like 5 words and be out of breath.
By the way, before we go on this video, we did an Electric Callboy video where I went in depth about my hatred for Jamiroquai. I actually posted a clip of that on Instagram. If you guys haven't checked it out, go check it out. And I tagged Jamiroquai. Because I don't like to talk behind
your
people's...
Jamiroquai.
Listen, I don't like to talk behind people's back.
Of course.
Whatever I gotta say, I put it out there.
Of course, but I want a Jamiroquai hat.
Dude, him with a hat, he's still at least half a foot smaller than me. He's really short, dude.
Which means he's a full foot shorter than me.
Fuck, he's really short, dude. Anyways, can't stand that guy.
I just like him just because he pisses you off.
Fuck, I don't... The other day I had not the rant on the video, but the other day I was at a show and they
were playing it, right?
They fucking played
that. Of course.
They played Virtual Insanity, while they're setting up, taking away one band's gear and setting up the next. And there was 3 people with me. All of us hated Jamiroquai equally. My God, man, we had this massive holding hands, kumbaya, hating on Jamiroquai. All of us hated him for the same reasons. Man, imagine he walks through the door at that point in time. Fuck. We're big fans. Like you change your tune.
No, I'd be like, these guys hate you. Give me your hat.
All right. Anyways, this was cool.
Add to the height,
This you don't need that hat. You would look like fucking Cat in the Hat with the top hats and shit.
I'm Abraham Lincoln.
Yeah, minus the hole in the head. So anyhow, thank you to the Patrono that asked us to check out URNE with Becoming the Ocean. Like I said before, they have a new album coming out August 11th. If you like this song, then maybe you should go and pre-order the record. Just saying, just keeping it real. All right, we'll see you all at the next video.
See ya.